Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Paper Rose Studio, you guys, which is all the way in Australia, we have Millie's Garden, beautiful 6x6 paper pad, and also coordinating die cuts. You guys together, they make cards just like this one. Look, this is one of our die cut cards. This is our giveaway card for this episode, so if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer could win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, so first of all, while I have them here, let's take a look at these die cuts. You're getting, they're already die cut. They're on these little sheets. Okay, you just punch them out like paper dolls, and you're getting 4 sheets. The greetings are also die cut, and the greetings are really good. They're really useful. Lots of birthday, lots of best wishes, thinking of you, sympathy, sending love, that kind of thing. I thought they were really versatile when I was working through them. There wasn't a time where I was like, oh, I wish I had blank greeting. So yeah, all kinds of little tags, all kinds of little bouquets, very, very sweet. And the colors in this, you guys, I love. All right, so this one, 6x6 paper collection, 18 double-sided pattern papers, 3 of each of the 12 designs. So 12 being double-sided, so it's about 6 different ones. Okay, so beautiful little wreath here with this opening in the center. And then look at that gorgeous, what is that, like a herringbone? And this one you cut into strips. So there's these little greetings. You can cut into strips, and then you can cut them up into individual greetings. I use them as a border, and I'll show you that. These tags you could also use as a border, or you could cut them out individually. And the back you've got this gorgeous, now you guys, these are like peaches, salmons, tans, greens, creams, brown, gorgeous, gorgeous collection. I had a lot of fun playing with this one. And look at that. The music and the script greeting and the script writing and the polka dots here. And then this is like a, well, it's not really a gray. It's kind of a brown chevron. This beautiful collection of flowers. The cute window. And then this one repeated over and over, but it's like in a stripe. And then this is gorgeous too. It's got that brown gray background that's darker, and then in the center, and then it's got these beautiful peach, tan, cream flowers, absolutely gorgeous. And then this one's ivory background with this beautiful cascading floral, and then you've got some little bits of like a ledger, some script here, and then this one's a green. It's like a sagey green, and then beautiful polka dots. And then you've also got the ledger, a compass, all these other elements on there. Okay, then we're just starting over again. All right. So you're getting 3 of each of those, and then there's 6 of each. All right. So let's spread these out so I can look at them. All right, so this is our giveaway card for this episode, and how this works is we're trying to promote our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, okay, the video there, you'll look down below and you'll see a little YouTube icon there. If you click on that, it'll take you right over to the YouTube channel, Paper Wishes YouTube, or you can just go to YouTube and you can search Paper Wishes, okay, and that's how we'll come up. We ask that you watch the video, you like, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, okay, and that you subscribe to our channel. Okay, that's important. And then we're going to wait about a week, and then we're going to go back and we're going to pick one of those comments, and we're going to reply very boldly. We're going to say, hey, congratulations, and we're going to use your YouTube username. Okay, so congratulations, blank, whatever your YouTube username is. So make sure you're familiar with what that is when you signed up. And we're going to give you instructions on how to claim your card. And it's important that you turn that notifications bell up there, not only so you know when the winner is announced, but also so you know when we drop new videos. All right, so let's take a look at this one, you guys. This is made using our side pop-up card cutting dies. So you do need a die cutting machine to use this. It comes in 2 great big solid dies. Okay, these are solid metal. And what I have done here is I've got the 2 pieces cut out, and I inked all the edges, not only because I love to ink the edges of things, but so that you can see where the folds are happening. And this entire collection I inked with gingerbread ink and my little round applicator tool with the sponge on it. And that color worked beautifully. It's a little darker than a sepia. It's just like a nice cinnamony, well, gingerbready brown. It worked great with this. So the instructions on here are giving you all the fold lines when you die cut it, but it also gives this to you in written directions as well. And so you're going to be folding these, and I folded a series of mountain and valley folds. This is the card front. And then on this side right here, I've put a little bit of this tape. And this is super strong tape. Sometimes we use our red extra sticky tape. This one, I've just been converted. I find this one easier to use. It's a 1/4 inch wide. We also have a 3/8 inch wide. And the reason I like it better is it has the same hold, okay? But it's so much easier to just peel off. There's no struggle, okay? It's also clear, so it's the same as the extra sticky tape. So whichever one you like, but if you are been struggling to peel your extra sticky tape like I have for so many years, it's just a nice alternative. All right, so then we've got this part right here. This is the little flap, it's folded, and we're taking this piece right here and we're just putting it right there. Okay, and then this is gonna fold down. So to mail this, okay, it goes like this. And it makes just a nice flat. That's why this back piece here is shorter than the front piece, so you'll see. Okay, that's because when you fold it for mailing, we want that to be the same size. All right, so then, how did I cut out all of these little panels to fit so perfectly? And my trick for that is, I go ahead and I grab the cutting die, and I take the piece of paper that I want to use. So in this case, it's this one, okay? And I wanted to have those florals kind of peeking out down here because I wanted to leave this side just kind of from the white paper. I wanted to leave this side blank so that I could foam tape some of those beautiful die cuts on there. So I took this piece right here and I turned it like this. So this part's going to be white on this big portion, and this part down here is going to have that one. And I just put it like this, and then I just ran that through my die cutting machine. Okay, 6 inches wide, went through fine. And so this is what I ended up getting, this piece right here. And then I ended up, oh gosh, I forgot to bring my paper trimmer, Lene. So I'm just going to use my big scissors. So then what you do is you're just going to cut these parts out, save these bits because you're going to use those later. And then if you do this, it's exactly the same size. How do you handle that? Well, you would take your paper trimmer because that would be the easy thing to do, but I'm just going to cut this away. I just cut away like 1/8 of an inch there. Okay, and that way it's going to fit with a border around it right here. And then I cut away from the bottom as well. Unfortunately, because I'm not using the paper trimmer, it's going to look a little crooked. Just like that. So we've got our border here, here, here. And then I like to cut just a little bit from this side. So you're just sort of paring it down. And believe me, it's better to cut away a little tiny bit and then to have to cut more. Don't be aggressive with cutting it down because then you're like, oh no, I cut too much. Okay, so you get me? It's going to go like that. It's going to leave your little border around the edges. Okay, I'm going to tell you a secret. On this side right here, I cut away too much. And so I had this big gap. And I'm like, oh no, but I didn't want to waste more paper doing that. So that's where the lace came in. I just added that. So the same thing, I'm doing the same thing here and here. I'm just using the reverse side. Okay, so this little piece is one of the ones that we cut out. That's the back side of that one. So I just cut that one down as well. Don't forget, I'm inking the edges of this paper as well as this one. And then I'm just gluing them centered on those panels, adding that little lace. The thinking of you is actually one piece. And I was like, I really want to have, it was too long to go there. So I cut it and just rounded the corner there at the edge, and then I inked it and foam taped it thinking of you so that it fit. All right, so that's what I would call an altered greeting there. All right, and then this one, ink the edges of the die cut pieces, and then foam tape that, and then glued the little like 1/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. I used that a lot with this collection because it had all the colors that I wanted. And then on the inside, took leftover bits from other cards that I had made and cut those to the same height, and I just inked those and glued those along the bottom. There's a little one I foam taped here, foam taped the greeting. Notice I did ink them. And then this one, I just put a little strip right there, foam taped that one, foam taped that one, added that one there. It was really, really simple to put together. So yeah, this is our giveaway card. So if you want to win this, you know, follow the instructions. The instructions are also listed at the end of our videos. So you could rewind it, the instructions, and listen to that again if you missed it. But you can also just read that at the end. All right, so let's look at some more cards. All right, this one, okay. This one is a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and I just cut away, how much did I cut away? I cut away, about 5/8 of an inch from the bottom of the flap only. And then I just took some of this 6 by 6 paper. Let me find the right one that I used. There we go. And I just glued it just like this, and then I trimmed the top off. All right, so it has a border going down each side. And then I took a little scrap of paper from this one that I had left over from another card. And that scrap is about 1 1/4 inches by 6 inches. I definitely wanted to use one of these little 4-inch doilies. These come in packs of like 20, I think. And what I did was I just took some of that same gingerbread ink and I just went around the edges with that. And then I put that right there, glued this strip on top of it. Don't forget, ink those edges here, here. And then foam taped this little die cut circle right there. And then added just a little pink bow. And then here, best wishes, the greeting. But before you add the greeting, actually, you want to glue your little lace, your little crocheted lace, which is so cute. There we go. And yeah, I just glued that right just above the edge, actually. I really used this little binding, and I glued that above the edge so it just hung down. Then glued the best wishes. On the inside, I wanted to make a little pocket. So I took another little scrap of paper that I had, glued that there. This is one of those cutouts that I was talking about. Right here, I just used my paper trimmer and I cut those into strips, glued one right across the top edge of the pocket. And then this one, I just made my own little tag. You know, as we all know, it's a rectangle with little equal notches at the top. Inked the edges of that, glued one of those die cuts. You have so many die cuts with this, you guys. There was plenty to go around. That just goes right in there. How cute. You could add a little gift card in there, a little happy birthday. This was a really quick and easy card to do. All right, so my next one. All right, so this one. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I used a little light brown or tan cardstock with this, and it's from our pastel 12 by 12 pastel cardstock. I'll link that down below. And I just took a piece of this paper right here. And I wanted to, this is an offset circle, so I wanted to have that be featured in the center. So I just took like this, and I trimmed a little bit off of this side, and then I trimmed a lot off of this side to put that front and center. And then I tore the edge on the top, right there. Inked the edges, cut my tan cardstock to match, and then just, or rather, didn't cut it to match. I cut it about about 1/8 of an inch larger, and then I tore that top edge as well, glued them both to the card front, inked all the edges of the outside edge of the card, and then right here added a little brown with gold Jewel Dazzle stickers. As you know, they just peel right off. They're so handy to use. And just did that one right there. And then I got to play and just take some of these pieces. I inked and then glued that little bouquet of flowers right there. Then I foam taped this tag after I inked it. And then I foam taped the birthday wishes after I inked it. And then I got to add a little grosgrain bow from that 1/8 inch ribbon collection. And then right here, I've got some brown self-adhesive crystals. and I just added 3 right there. And then this one right here is just a little ivory flower. Now, Paulette just told me after I use these that she's clearancing out some of these. So if they're sold out, maybe you just use the ones that you bought from the clearance. So yeah, we'll see what's left. And then also on this little flower, I did ink the edges of that as well. So that was a really simple one to make too. Okay, got one more for you. This is a 5x5 card, but I did something a little bit different with it. So I took my 5x5 card and I turned it so that the fold is at the bottom, right? And then I cut 2.5 inches, or I cut half of the top flap away. Just cut it away. So it is like this. Then I took another 5x5 card and I cut it down to 4 inches, right? So it's a 4-inch square. And then I just glued it. Well, first of all, I covered it. Let me show you what I did. So on this piece right here, I glued this polka dot, that sort of sagey green polka dot, to the back. Okay, cut it slightly smaller, inked all the edges. To the inside flap, I cut some of that herringbone wood grain paper and I put that panel right there. And then a little scrap right here of extra paper, I went ahead and just glued that across there. So then I was able to take this card, and this one I covered with some of that brown herringbone right there. And then this little piece right here, you guys, I actually took a leftover, like I took my paper cutter and I cut this paper into strips, and I just took a little bit of it and I glued it along the bottom edge, and here's why. My brown herringbone paper, there wasn't enough of it to do the whole thing, so I just patched it along the bottom. Just why not? I had some extra, you know, use what you've got. And then this paper with the window on it, you guys, I gotta find that one. Here it goes. This one with the chevron print. Okay, I just cut that down so that this window was featured in the center. Inked those edges, glued my little hello. Don't forget to ink that as well. And then I added these little mango flowers, like a little window box just below the windows. And all of that is on the front of this card. So then this card gets centered inside of the 5x5. You want to make sure the borders are centered all around it, just like that. And then when you open it up, I just continue to decorate that. Here's another little piece right here. Cut it to probably 4 3/4 of an inch. Inked all the edges. Here's another piece. Cut that one to 4 3/4 of an inch. Glued that there. Inked one of those great little die cuts. Put a little ribbon on it. Sending hugs right there. And then I glued one of those little mango flowers here. So when you open it, it's got this. But when you close it, you're closing it like that. Oh, and I did forget to mention, that's another one of those little strips like I used right there. Okay? So it all just kind of works like that. So when the recipient gets this, they're like, oh, how pretty. Oh, oh, and it just unfolds. So that's one of my favorite folds. All right, you guys, we have got a great money saver. This is a fantastic collection. I also had so much stuff left over. I went really hard on the paper, but then I had lots of scraps left over, and I tried to show you how to use a lot of those scraps. So that was great. I also had a ton of die cuts left over. So these things go really far, and I felt like I really used die cuts heavily. So money saver, right over there on the right-hand side. All of the items are listed down below for supplies. There's full color pictures of these photos. If you click on them, you get more specific supplies, like supplies that were used for each card. If you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, just look below the video in the description box, and there's a link that will take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. Get in on the money saver. This one is going to fly. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Don't forget to participate in our giveaway, and I'll see you in the next one.